They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff, who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Empower a life today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Change is only a conversation away when you choose to share your wisdom, time, and heart with a young mind. Together, we can craft a brighter future, one child at a time. Ignite a spark of hope and be someone's guiding light. Find out more about becoming a mentor by visiting teammates.org. Become a beacon of change by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today. Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Wednesday, February 21st versus the Columbus Fury at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pierson and Renee Saunders starts at 5 p.m. with first serve at 6. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network. What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown! 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker in one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Take a Weeknights. I'm Pierson Arts, as always, on the ones and twos, and this is the Don't Punt Hour with the host, as always, the morning Pierson-El, streaming in. And again, if you guys ever want to join the show, start our Heyman text line. That's 402-464-5685. Streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and of course, Allo Channel 961. Good morning, Pierson-El. There's a few things I want to get to tonight. But first off, how's it going on this Tuesday night?
It's going good. You know, it's warm. It's not cold. I'm liking it.
I'll take that as well. Yeah, it's beautiful. For anyone around the region, it's knock on wood. I'll say that much. I'm not going to count out a March blizzard because we've seen it before. But nonetheless, we just wrapped up with Outside the Box with Joel Norman and Mike Zanell. He hopped in there too, along with a couple of Stars players. Never had the chance to ask you, how was your puck drop for the Lincoln Stars?
I haven't done it yet.
Oh, you still got to get your puck drop in.
Yeah, I haven't done that. I've been they said something. I think they sent me a link or something like that. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I haven't got to do that yet, so I'm waiting to do that. I got my jersey and everything though, but
okay, that's why I'm mixing up then, because I saw the jersey, which by the way, the jerseys are sick. If you're not a Stars fan, the merch alone might just swing you over.
How did I seen Ricky? I think Ricky had a black one. What happened there? What's going on?
Yeah, they got it depends on the night you pick. That's part of it, right? You can get I'm hoping mine's on the April 12th. I'm hoping they're wearing the whites that night, but I could be wrong. We'll see. Well, I'll take whatever I get. It's the kind of an awesome deal to even be able to do that thing. But yeah, I think you got the black one just as a luck of the draw. Those are the jerseys they were wearing that night.
Wow, that's nice.
I think they got black, blue, and white. I think the white ones are the cleanest, but up to debate.
I haven't seen the blue one. I've seen the white one and I've seen the black one. I was like, whoa, I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you pick the dates there. Well, when we do get to that, I'll be sure you'll make sure to announce the date and we'll promote that. Get people out to the Icebox, watch the morning Pierson-El for the puck drop. But up until then, I do want to go through some way too early Nebraska football predictions because the over-unders already came out, and the over-unders at 7.5. And this number will probably change as we get closer. Again, we haven't even seen the spring game yet, so with these way too early predictions, don't go off and run away with it. But I just want to start and see if you hit over or under on the 7.5 wins, and we'll just go game by game, and you can tell me win or loss just to see where we're feeling on February 20th on these way too early predictions.
Okay.
First game, home game. You got 4 home games in a row to start this thing out. Obviously not counting the spring game. So August 31st, you open up the season, home, UTEP.
Win.
Yep. Okay. Me too. Not a lot to talk about on that one. I think you don't want to sound the alarms, but you're not feeling good if you take a loss on August 31st. So you and me both got to win. We start the season 1-0. Next game, home game, Colorado. Revenge. Win. Yeah. I like a win in that one too. Are you worried?
We had them as just turnovers. Like for the first half, you know, they can say whatever. I know they got reloaded and beefed up the offensive line. You still got to be physical. You got to come to Lincoln. No altitude, better quarterback situation. I think we win that.
I think there's a reasonable argument to it because, again, that team only won 4 games last year. They were on top of the world when they beat us, and they got humbled pretty quickly. You know, they lose to a Stanford team later down the road. So I'm with you there. I'm not looking at this Colorado team as like, oh, my God, guys, we got to play them again. This is a good opportunity. I think they'll be better. But like you said, we kind of proved it last year. Without the turnovers, that might be a different game. So I got Colorado as a win as well. Real quick, before we move off Colorado, did you see the mock drafts that already got Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter as possible 1-2?
I mean, I'm not shocked, honestly. Sure. Depending, you know, quarterbacks always, you know, he's probably ranked the number 1 quarterback for his class, rightfully so. It just depends. You never know, you know, what organization needs a quarterback. I mean, you know, the Travis Hunter thing. I mean, you can pick that. That's right now. We don't know, you know, what the draft's going to look like, who's going to need what. So, I mean, it's not in stone, but, you know, I can see Travis, you know, probably a top 8 pick, honestly.
Yeah, and I bring that up simply for the fact that is like, even though I'm Nebraska biased, those guys are good. I can see that happening.
Sure. He's gonna have to pick a side. Like, do you want to be a corner or do you want to be a receiver on offense? Like, yeah, you can do that in college, you know. But Adoree Jackson did both ways when he got to the league. One side, you know, Charles Woodson, he did both ways when he got to the league. One side. So, you know, you're gonna have to pick. You're like they're gonna ask what are you, a corner or a receiver? To be honestly, I think he probably has a higher ceiling at DB. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm with you there too. I just think DB, what he's already shown, his ability to just track anybody.
You have a Hall of Fame coach right there to come on now, come on now, that's not rocket science. Come on.
Yep, so I'm with you there. I just think that's what's going to be next year interesting too. Is that despite me, I still think those guys are incredible, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen. I'd be amazed, but not entirely surprised. I still think Nebraska has a chance. That's why I don't point that out. Shador Sanders, if you give him time, he'll dice you up. But if you kind of had the Tony White package we had last year, you saw it. You can give him problems if you get him out of his comfort zone. So that's going to be a big game. I'll be honest. How much does that game set the trajectory for the season? Or is that just one game, win or lose, doesn't matter that much?
I think it would be like a measuring stick. Honestly, year 2 in a program, year 2 in Colorado, more comfortable. They got, weapons to the things that they needed, they went out and got it. So I think they're going to be a stronger Colorado team. I just think, for what's to come and who we face, in the Big Ten, I don't think it's like, oh yeah, if we do that, we're going to win 10 games, but it definitely the competition that the talent that they have on that team. I don't think there's going to be, a whole lot other teams that can compare to that.
Yep. And that's just one to circle out. I think I'm with there. I think it's going to be a little bit of a measuring stick, litmus test, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
If you can find a way to take down Colorado, kind of get some of the bad taste out of your mouth, because we've had plenty of games in recent history where Colorado has just kind of been that bugaboo for Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
So you can figure a way to conquer that one. You set yourself on a pretty good track, because then up next game, another home game before you get to your last one, before you hit the road, Northern Iowa. Win. I'm with you there. So we're both starting out 3-0 with the toughest game probably being Colorado. But, we've lost to Georgia Southern before, so you don't want to guarantee anything. Up next, Illinois, last home game before we hit the road, September.
Win.
Are you thinking with Brett Bielema and this Illinois program, does that thing ever come to fruition, or do you think it just kind of bubbles to a few bowl seasons and nothing else?
He's honestly, for what he's done, even when they had Lovie Smith there, Illinois really wasn't anything crazy about. I think, he's done a better job in the recent years of the guys that has been there. Can it get better? Yes, but you have to win. So, you can control some of those Chicago, Illinois players going out of state, keep those guys in the state, and getting, a couple splash recruits here and there. I think they'll be good, but nothing like Wisconsin or a Penn State or anything like that. Middle of the pack, honestly, that's just how I see it.
Yep. And again, Brett Bielema, originally when he first got to Illinois, I was pretty scared, especially with seeing what he was able to do with Wisconsin, just the kind of bully style he runs. I'm like, well, that's gonna fit and plug into the Big Ten, and it really did early on. But the recruits just haven't been following suit with it, and it's tough at Illinois.
That part, so you gotta coach your guys there. You gotta bring in the type of kids that fit your system that do it well. At Wisconsin, it felt like they was reloading the same person, and the next guy up was better than the one that just left.
Yep.
So
Melvin Gordon, you just pick your running back. You got future NFL back in there.
That, and then they had offensive line 2-3 first rounders, every year. So it takes time to kind of build that. It takes time to kind of, hit those same spots, because Wisconsin is different than Illinois. There's no attraction to Illinois. So you know what I mean? Like you got to do things a little bit different. But again, like I said, he's starting on a good track. You're going to bowl games, which counts. You're winning, over 5-6 games, which counts. So he's on the right track. Now I'm not too sure. I don't think he's going to be a Penn State winning 9-10 games a season. I don't think that. But he's doing good for the period of time that he's been there.
Yep, I haven't been overly impressed, but I haven't been underwhelmed by him.
Exactly.
I just think it talks to the level of coaching that there is. There's so many good coaches in the Big Ten, where even if would be a great coach in other places, in the Big Ten right now, even if you can argue the SEC has more talent. When it comes to coaching, it just feels like the Big Ten's at a new level, especially last year. You had Matt Rule, Luke Fickell. Like, good Lord, it's just getting crazy competitive.
Well, the SEC lost Saban, so I'm not so sure the SEC is the SEC anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you Saban was that was a juggernaut to go through. Now that he's gone, who do you look at to take things over? I'm not too sure. So I'm not too sure about the SEC. They're not as strong as they were.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quick, as we're kind of speaking on the SEC, obviously this is an SEC coach, but kind of in part with the coaches moving. Real quick before we continue with this, I want to talk about Bill Belichick. He's going to headline speaker at the Nebraska X's and O's football clinic.
How did they pull that one off?
I just thought I had to bring that up because that's incredible. They're getting Bill Belichick to show up for the X's and O's football clinic. Like that's
I'm pretty sure that's going to be sold out. I mean, even if you're not coaching and everything like that, athletes attend just to soak up the game. That's knowledge. You know what I'm saying? He's been at all levels. He's went to the highest mountains where people are trying to go. There's something that he can talk about that can relate to your life outside of coaching. So yeah, that's nice. I don't know who pulled that off or how it happened, but okay, pulling out the big guns. I see.
Yeah, I just thought that was incredible. Like, again, Nebraska's a well-respected program, but you're not going to think that's the stop for Bill Belichick, at least not right away after not getting hired as coach.
First one out the gate. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but real quick before we go on to Purdue, and we're both sitting right now, which is crazy, 5-0 when the over and under is 7.5. One from the text line, again, talking about Brett Bielema. Ron, Bielema's more worried about stakes than winning, referring to one of his classic comments. But nonetheless, we'll move on here. Next game, first time we actually hit the road, September 28th, Nebraska, West Lafayette. We got Purdue.
Win.
I want to say win. Purdue is I don't know what they're going to be next year. I don't think they'll be great. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a win. But I do wonder if that first road game, what it brings. And Purdue is just kind of curious. I'll be curious to see what that coaching tenure does and see if they can actually build that program up. But I'm going to put it in and as a win as well. And this is where it gets interesting because you're kind of hearing the schedule layout. And again, you don't want to bank on wins. We've lost to Troy. We've lost to Georgia Southern. It's not like these are chalk wins, but it's a nice schedule early on because after Purdue, you come back home for homecoming and you got Rutgers.
Win.
Okay. So now we are both sitting at 8 wins. And we have not too much of the schedule here left. So after Rutgers, you got a couple more road games.
We were in these games with terrible QB play and turning the ball over. So other than Michigan, you have more experience coming back in the receiver room. Mm-hmm. You have, more experience in the running back room, in the transfer portal, and, your own talent guys that are there. Okay. You have an offensive line that is coming back that was young, that, have been in the game. So I expect them to be a lot better year 2, understanding, what people are going on. I mean, you understanding what, the coach is expecting and whatnot. You have a defensive coordinator to where he's probably one of the hottest, guys on the market and decided to come back. So we got players that could have left that came back. So yeah, and we should even if he does a quarter better of what of what we had from the quarterbacks last year, that's still 3 wins more than what we had last year. That's 8 right there. That's 8.
The leap that I have a hard time making is it doesn't seem to have mattered who we have as the athletic director, who we have as a quarterback, who we have as the head coach, OC, DC. It has been bizarre with the turnovers until I've actually seen it's fixed. I know we have a 5-star quarterback coming in. I know we got all these. We got
neither one of them are going to play like that.
They'll have growing pains, and that's what I'm expecting. That's why this whole turnover bugaboo. I don't know. I'm not going to bank on that just going away right away.
Don't get me wrong. He's a young quarterback. Turnovers are going to happen. Turnovers are a part of football, but I don't think he's going to be 3 turnovers a game. 4 turnovers a game. Like, I'm willing to bet that. I'll take that bet.
I'll bet that too. But my other point is someone else might find a way to do it, whether it's a fumbled punt return. Like, it is such a weird culture thing. And that's where I do wonder how much of that is just culture. And we've had that conversation ad nauseum. Most Husker football fans probably have. I do like what they're doing. I do hope the Bugaboos go away, but that's why I still got these guys undefeated at that point. We still got about 4 more minutes. Let's see if we can get through the rest of these. So after Rutgers, that's home game. We both had wins for there. You head on the road. You got Indiana. And we're getting to October 19th, so it's getting colder.
Win.
Another win for you, another win for me. So we got to win over Indiana as well. Schedule starts getting tougher. Ohio State.
Loss.
Road. Yep. Okay. That's a loss. I'm going to go loss there too. I know they kind of seem to be having some down years.
You got Chip Kelly as an offensive coordinator. Good luck.
Yeah. And Will Howard from Kansas State, transfer QB, which we were looking at. I think he'll fit and play pretty well because he's just it's what Ohio State wants. They played a lot of that spread. They'll mix up with the run game. But Will Howard, smart player, doesn't turn over. Kind of what they had last year in the core, but even a little better. I think he's got better arm and a little better pocket awareness as well. So I think they're going to be upgraded this season. Next game, that's our first loss. UCLA, that's a home game. They're coming to Lincoln, and it's cold. It's November 2nd.
I think that's a win.
I think it's a win as well. I think that one being at home really drives it in for me. I'll be curious to see what a lot of these teams that are coming into the Big Ten do when they get to these cold games.
The guys that say, oh, the Pac-12 is coming over, you got to realize it's 2 different types of style of football. Mm-hmm. We typically, the Big Ten typically, matches up pretty well against the Big Ten, other than, a Washington and Stanford when McCaffrey was at Stanford. So, and even after, he left with Stanford, still wasn't even the same thing than that. So, I mean, USC doesn't even, really scare me. Like, yeah, they can put points up, but 1, they couldn't stop you. And 2, when you turn into a physical game, it equals it out. I've been on a team where we played UCLA. They got up with a first round quarterback. They got up 21 points. We still end up coming back. I've been, playing against an Oregon team where they got up 21 points on us both times, home and away, and we still managed to come back. So, just because they're a better team, it's a different ball. That the Pac-12 got to get used to. Those Pac-12 teams has to get used to with playing the type of football that is played in the Big Ten.
Yeah, we'll keep talking about that because we do have one where we go visit one of those Pac-12 teams. So keep that in mind. Let's quick wrap this up here. So after UCLA, that's where we go visit one of those Pac-12 schools. USC, November 16th, but we are out there in Los Angeles, California.
I think that's a loss.
You got a loss on that one. Okay.
Playing at the Coliseum, their home turf. I don't think it'll be like a blowout or anything like that. But I mean, you do got Lincoln Riley out there, so I mean, you do got to put up points. That's going to be a good matchup. They got a dynamic guy. He was a true freshman last year. Punt return guy. I can't think of his last name. I think his first name is Zachariah or something like that. He's nice. Mm-hmm. So USC is USC. They're legit. You still have to worry about them.
Yep. 2 more games left. And for me, this one is a heartbreaker. They ripped the hearts out of us once again. Wisconsin, November 23rd, home in Lincoln. I got a loss for that one.
Late in the season?
Late season. Second last game. Next one's Iowa.
I'll go loss.
Yeah. Something about Wisconsin, it drives me nuts, but I never feel good about that team. They found a way to edge it out every single year, whether they got it on paper and we're just barely making it to overtime. It just every single way it seems to bounce their way. I hope it's different, but I'm not expecting it to be this year. Last game of the season, Black Friday on the road. Iowa.
Win. Not losing to them. Win.
Me too. That's a win. We got to go to break, but we'll break down our records on the over and under. If you're paying attention, yes, we both definitely would have bet the over if we're betting people because we have well over 7.5 wins. And if you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line. We'll throw it to break here. This is the Don't Punt Hour. We'll talk a little more Husker football on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Houses, they're expensive. And once you buy one, you're
Bring your
kind of
plates.
stuck with it for a while. You
Bring your
need to make
plates.
sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Wednesday, February 21st versus the Columbus Fury at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pierson and Renee Saunders starts at 5 p.m. with first serve at 6. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Ready to upgrade your combine in 2024? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine to fit your operations needs. Choose from 4.5% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver, followed by John Deere financial rates with approved credit through the end of February. When you purchased a pre-owned S or X Series combine from Landmark, know you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running. View our current inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we have some really big savings for you right now. Our new crossover sale is underway. New Terrains, Equinoxes, and Trailblazers starting at $23,290. That's right, $23,290. Also, we've continued our huge Sierra and Silverado truck sale with over $10,000 off new pickups. You heard right, over $10,000 off list. Koppel truly has a small town feel with big city deals. We're right down 144th Street or at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G260980 and C119824.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in to Ticket Weeknights. I am Harrison Arns on the ones and twos back at the 1040 Ticket Studios. We got the host, as always, DeMornay Pierson-El, streaming in for the Don't Punt Hour. And again, if you guys want to join the show, Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. And if you want to put a face to the voice, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and of course, Allo Channel 961. We did have a comment come through over the break. Again, referring to Bill Belichick will be the headline speaker at Nebraska's X's and O's football clinic. Ron chimes in, once again, says, Belichick, how to be angry and still win. And you know what? I'll take that. It takes a little bit of anger to win, but nonetheless, still pretty cool. Bill Belichick will be the headline speaker at the Nebraska X's and O's football clinic. On the previous segment, though, DeMornay Pierson-El, we went through and we finished up at about 9-3 next year to go ahead and wrap up the Nebraska football regular season. Does that sound about right to you? Does 9-3 kind of what you're expecting for this team? And if not, what is a reasonable win total?
I could expect it. I would say anything above 7, you can expect 7.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, it's the bad part of the schedule is literally the last month. So I mean, until then, you should overpower, out physical. You should be, a little bit more talented than most of the teams that you're playing in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
So they were in these games last year, and Rule had a whole lot to deal with, and was still, pulling these games out by one scores, or we're in games and just stuff went left. So I'm confident, like I said, in at least 7. 2 of those games might be a toss-up that you should win and you might lose, or you might go 50-50 in either one of those games. So I'm expecting, honestly, realistically, probably 8-7, 8 or 7, either or. If they get 9, great, but I know 7's the floor.
I like that. I think 7 is totally the floor. I think not only can you go bowling, you can punch 1 in extra to really solidify yourself as in no question we're a bowling team, because we talked about it. It's that when you get to October, late October, and you get to that last month, November, it gets real. So if you are not taking care of business by the time you've gone through UTEP, Colorado, UNI, Illinois, Purdue, Rutgers, Indiana, you hope to be damn near close to going bowling already. At least you hope to have 5 wins kind of at that bare minimum, because again, looking at the schedule, I can maybe understand 1 loss, maybe 2, but I hope you're kind of taking care of business everywhere else. And
they had 5 wins last year with 4 games to go. Like, you know what I mean? So
you got to take care of it.
That's rough. That's a gut punch. That hurts.
Yeah, because again, you said it. You get to October 26th, and then you get that last month of November. It's brutal. So if you're not already knocking on the door, or at least 1 win away, Ohio State, UCLA, USC, Wisconsin, Iowa, there's going to be tough wins to pull. Not saying Nebraska can't do it, but you take care of the schedule early on, you feel pretty good about your chances. And again, you don't want to be figuring out your team. If it's October 26th and we're still not sure what this offense is supposed to be, what it's supposed to look like, if the rhythm's off, huge trouble. And Ohio State will expose that if we're still trying to figure that out. And it's October 26th, which last year you could kind of understand with all the injuries and the constant rotations going on. This year, though, obviously, unless you have another crazy year of injuries, knock on wood, you feel pretty good if this team's got and take care of business all the way up until Rutgers, Indiana, October 19th. And if you're sitting 5-6 wins, then 7 being the floor totally makes sense because that leaves a lot of games left on your schedule to go ahead and steal a couple. So I'm with you there. I think 7 wins is a pretty good number for Nebraska football. But we'll move on here. As we're kind of talking about Nebraska, let's go ahead and switch over to Nebraska hoops before we get to our last break here. And then I kind of want to talk about what is the best month in sports as we're getting to March Madness, which is argued to be the best. But if you had to pick a month, I want to talk about that one next. But with Nebraska basketball, we kind of talked about it yesterday. We won't spend too much time on it. They got Indiana tomorrow. Indiana, this is a game where if they can get this one, they sweep the series. We already kind of talked about it. I think on odds right now, Nebraska's -215 to be in the tournament. That's about a 68% chance for any bettors out there listening. I think if you can get this road game against Indiana, that jumps up to 70%. And then again, you just got to take care of business. Ohio State's on the road though, and they just took down Purdue. So it got a little more interesting down here the stretch, and there's not a lot of big resume builders left. You just can't afford to lose a whole lot of games. Indiana tomorrow, what's the keys to victory?
Consistency. I need your starting 6 to show up. Offensive rebounding, physical. Take the game to them. At this point, every opponent has to be a ranked opponent. That's how you have to envision it. So that same energy that you bought against Wisconsin, that same energy that you bought against Illinois, that same energy that you and even in Illinois, they played a bad half early on.
Yeah.
They got to play a complete game. I think if they play a complete game, they don't get in those situations to where you have to rely on certain stuff, or you'd be like, we'll say, well, the refs, this and this and that. Well, if you play the whole complete game, it don't matter what the refs doing because you take care of business. So I think that them playing a complete game, having 5 or 6 guys show up just to do their part, where if it's scoring, if it's offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, if it's being a physical enforcer, be that. But make a conscious effort. You're like, okay, well, this is not going to happen again, and have somebody step up and like, okay, well, I'll make sure that we doing this. I'll make sure that, this is going on, and pull your teammates along. I think if you do that, I think they'll win probably by 10 plus.
I like that because they would be, because if you see them at home, wouldn't be crazy for those guys to win in double digits. Like they play so well at home. You've heard it probably on the station a million times, but get a road win. Get a road win, and you will find yourself in March Madness, no question. With the rest of the schedule, obviously that's a given that you're not losing out to Minnesota, Ohio State, Rutgers, Michigan to end the season. But if you can just get at least one of those road wins against Indiana, 2, as we said yesterday, fantastic, then you're definitely probably going to be locked in there. But that's the point. Like you have to show up for 4 quarters, and you have to look at every team as it is a ranked opponent, because these are all going to be really bad losses in meh wins. Like if you win, it's not going to really move you up. And if you lose, it's going to hurt you pretty severely. And then if you do end up losing some of these games, you're losing your bye opportunities. And then you're staring at this team in the Big Ten tournament to make a push to get yourself locked in. So this is a team where they control their destiny. What kind of pressure is that? Because I think that's what happened to the football team a little bit. I think they controlled their destiny, and it kind of got in their nerves.
It's depending on how much you let it distract you, or how much energy you let yourself get involved into that. If you take it, one day at a time, one possession at a time, you focused on, being the best that you can as a team, as a whole today. Okay, let's take care of business this, then when tomorrow comes, we can worry about the next thing tomorrow. But, be in the now. Focus on the now. Take care of your own responsibilities. Don't worry about, what X, Y, and Z is supposed to, pointing the finger, or, or I'm hurt with this and this and that. Because if you slip by any chance, or if you let some things happen and whatnot, you're going to be upset at the outcome. So I wouldn't say it's too much pressure. It's something they can handle. Like you're a double-digit winning team. You're capable of, playing better. It's this late in the season, and you still have yet to probably play a whole complete game.
Purdue arguably is the only complete game, and again, that's a home game. We haven't seen it on the road yet. Kansas State
consistently
on, maybe, consistently.
So you know it, and that's things that you can help. Even if that's okay. Pushing your limits. With crashing the board. Affectious. Energy. On both sides of the ball, over communicating and everything like that. Do things that you haven't done to get you over the top. Don't just sit back and relax and we got the second half. No, do it now, because if you set it up now, you rather play with a league than trying to catch up. Like, we know y'all can play from catch up. I'm tired of seeing that. You know what I mean? So it's okay. Handle business, play with a league, and then walk out of there with a W. And then next door, knock on that door, open that door, and take that one down. So it's simple, but yet it all comes back to effort. It all comes back to which team is showing up.
I like that because again, you look at this team and they're incredibly impressive, and you applaud, as you should, for these incredible comebacks they've had. I mean, they've had moments where Wisconsin earlier in the year, they're down by 19, they come crawling all the way back. Multiple games this year, they've been, like you said, they go on an absolute horrible run where they're not hitting anything. Here comes the second half. Here comes Nebraska. But if you remember what it felt like when Creighton came to PBA earlier in the year, that's the impact you need to start leaving. I think as this team's getting better, I think you want to start finishing these games where the other team's not leaving like, damn, we really let them came back. We had them. We should have beat those guys. We let them back in the door. You kind of want to, unfortunately, have what Creighton had on us, where that game ended and it left everyone kind of pause and reconsider where this program's at. Obviously, they bounced back and it's looking good now. But that's the kind of impact I think you need to have, because I think with Northwestern, you kind of saw that where we came back. They saw that as a game and they took it personally. If you can just start getting Nebraska to the point where teams don't feel like they're letting you back in the game, where you said it, consistency. It's 4 quarters of straight dominance, and the other team walks off the court like they killed us. Like, all game, they were the better team, no question. None of this, they got us in the second half because we let our foot off the gas. This is... whether it's Rink Masters, Alec, Keisei Tamanaga, really the bigs for me, Juwan Gary even, he's been fantastic. Someone just needs to get mean and physical and go grab rebounds on the road and just do all those small things that they're so good at home, but don't translate on the road. So I think, that's kind of it. There's not a lot of big games left, but there's still time to kind of leave a message. And if you dominate these games from the first half to the second half, that's going to look a lot more favorably for you getting into the tournament. I mean, they look at that stuff. Most
definitely. It's, you're going to have to start getting on a run. Those teams that you've seen in the past, that those 16 seeds or 8 seeds that make deep runs, they found a stride. Now you want to start, okay, this is what our stride is. This is what our MO is. We're going to do this for two whole halves, and if they can keep up, then they got us. But if not, then we running people out the gym. So it's getting close to pressing that button to kick the turbo on.
I feel that, and you got a great head coach. I will say this with Fred Hoiberg, he's got an offensive mind, and you just got to execute the game plan, and part of it's just physicality. You got to be physical on the road. I like this team. I think it's definitely doable, and I think it's going to happen, but you still got 5 games left, and of course, we'll talk about those games right here on 93.7 The Ticket, but don't go anywhere. We got one more segment on the other side, and you guys can join this one. Give me your best month of sports. If you had to pick a month to watch sports out of 1 month, out of all 12, you don't get to watch any other sports this following month. So we'll talk about that on the other side. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Be a memory for your grandchildren. Among Nebraska adults age 65 or older, 47% report current alcohol use. Drinking too much can cause harm to children, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, you will still be around for your grandchildren. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, mainly sunny and breezy with mild temperatures. We'll see a high around 68. Tonight, mainly clear with less wind, the low around 33. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies return. So does the warmth with calm winds. We'll see a high around 67. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Wednesday, February 21st versus the Columbus Fury at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pierson and Renee Saunders starts at 5 p.m. with first serve at 6. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Empower a life today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Change is only a conversation away when you choose to share your wisdom, time, and heart with a young mind. Together, we can craft a brighter future, one child at a time. Ignite a spark of hope and be someone's guiding light. Find out more about becoming a mentor by visiting teammates.org. Become a beacon of change by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
How do people feel about getting Big Fitness Energy at Planet Fitness for $1 down and $10 a month? They feel as thrilled as a kid the first summer they're tall enough to ride the roller coaster! That's right. When you join Planet Fitness right now, you'll get access to tons of equipment and free fitness training in a clean and spacious club. Don't wait. Join the judgment-free zone today for that all-day energy. Download the free Planet Fitness app and join today for $1 down, $10 a month.
Deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Ready to upgrade your combine in 2024? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine to fit your operations needs. Choose from 4.5% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver, followed by John Deere financial rates with approved credit through the end of February. When you purchase the pre-owned S or X Series combine from Landmark, know you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running. View our current inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Demorne Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. I'm Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. This is the Don't Punt Hour right before we get to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. We got about 7 minutes left here on the show. If you guys got any last-second comments, 402-464-5685. But Demorne Pierson-El, before we went to break, I asked you, give me the 1 month you would pick if you only got 1 month to watch sports. And I asked that because this time of year is obviously massive. March Madness. For me, there's no question. I'm going to take March because I need to have the college tournament. With some of the other stuff, unfortunately, there's probably only a few months that really fit in that category that you would take. I think October flies in there too because you get your football rivalry games. But to me, it's March. I need March because there's nothing, in my opinion, that beats March Madness.
Give me October. I mean, you said it. You can have March. You're a basketball guy. That's fine and dandy. October, I got college football. I got NFL football.
Yeah, NFL's full swing.
And then you could turn around and I think the NBA is playing by then, or
you get NBA, NHL.
I got variety, so I'll take October. It's typically some type of awareness month, if that's breast cancer with football or some type of other situation. You got the my cause, my cleats going on. So I mean, you see a lot of stuff. I think that's when the NFL starts really getting interested for playoffs and everything like that. So it's very meaningful football. It's very good football in the month of October. So give me October. You can have March.
That's a good one. October is probably my number 2. But this is interesting because if you take October, are you okay with not knowing who wins the Super Bowl every single year? Because the Super Bowl is in February, so you miss it. You get to watch pretty much the bulk of the best NFL regular season, and you'll never get to know who actually wins the damn Super Bowl.
Well, if you watch January, you won't get to watch. You won't get to watch it either. If you watch February, then you'll just see the Super Bowl. So
yeah. So you're just gonna look at regular season games. That's why I need March Madness, because I can see it start to finish. If you take February, you get the Super Bowl. NBA is heating up. The All-Star game, obviously, as we had, which I don't think anyone's getting the All-Star game. NHL fans will probably take it.
No, absolutely not. No. February's out. January's out. Playoff football is fine and dandy, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
Like I said, but by then, college football is done. It's just, you said football, so sports period. So there's a lot going on, in the month of October, so I don't have to just watch basketball with you in March. What happens in March other than probably baseball, maybe?
Yeah, you're looking at baseball and March Madness. Those are the ones.
Nope. I'm good. I'll stick with October.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense from a former Husker football player that you're going to want to watch the football, but no surprises there. I will say, if you had to pick the worst month, I'm going to go with July. July, because I got the sports calendar ahead of me. You're just going to miss the NBA Finals, so you won't get to watch that. The NFL season's 2 months away. Baseball's the only thing. I'm not a baseball guy, so July's dead last for me.
But there's a lot of coverages and everything like that. You get to see,
Is there any golf in July? I'm trying to think.
Do it look like I play golf? Do it look like I'm interested in golf? Come on,
I think
now.
I've seen you out there on the greens. We've had a few events.
Man, I'll be out there driving a cart and looking for a beverage. That's it.
Hey, you know what? That's a way to play and keep your cool.
There's a lot still going on in July though, because they got OTAs going on or whatnot. So I'll probably go June because
June's pretty bad. August is pretty bad too. August is
but training camp starts in August, so you'll have coverages of everybody training camp. So that's fine. Football is being talked about. I say June, like I said, because that's when you typically break for a month to get ready, And typically, teams, if they have new coaches, they report probably the last week of July, which you'll still have coverage of, what's going on. So quarterbacks and rookies typically report to training camp a week and a half before, everybody else. So yeah, I would say June, because like it's nothing. It's just a waiting game.
Yeah, I'm with you there. June's not overly too exciting for me, but I thought it was worth bringing up because we are heading to what I believe, my opinion, the best time for sports. Probably if you're a basketball fan, if you're a football
You're a
guy.
basketball fan, exactly. That's why.
Hey, you guys can let me know if you agree with me. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Shout out to the Morning Pierson-El, the host as always, for streaming in. We won't be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we got the Supernovas, and those guys will be on the road. And that will actually start at 5 p.m. pregame coverage. So the Morning Pierson-El, I'll talk to you again Thursday. And for the rest of you, we got What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington up next. Don't go anywhere.